here today. There we go, live on YouTube as well. Okay, wonderful. We're going to have such a powerful session here today talking about the new moon in Sagittarius that's happening today, 12/12. What incredible numerology. And this new moon is conjunct the Galactic Center in Sagittarius, which is amazing. It's also trine to the North Node and sextiles to the South Node. So really interesting energies here. I have so much to tell you about this. But now as we're starting, everybody coming in on YouTube, welcome. If you're watching this as a recording on YouTube, welcome to you. And everybody over there on YouTube, please go ahead and put your name and location into the chat. Can't wait to see who's on with me today. And I'm going to welcome those who are here on Zoom right now. Welcome Rose in Austria. Great to see you, Rose. Welcome Jenny in Scotland. Welcome Sierra in South Dakota. Welcome Wendy in Denver. Tracy in Tucson. Welcome Allison in the UK. Roxy in San Francisco Bay Area. Sally in Nevada. Lori in Saskatchewan. Oh, wow. What an amazing, beautiful place. Welcome, Lori. Welcome, Gabrielle in Nebraska, Miriam in Toronto, Christine in France. Hi, Christine. Great to see you here. Hi, Jenny in Durango, Colorado, Maria in Hamilton, Canada, Leslie Ann in the UK. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Julie in Ottawa, Valerie sending 12/12 sparkles from Ireland. My dad's anniversary today. Oh, blessings to you, Valerie. Thank you for being here with us today. And sparkles to you too. Dee in New Forest, UK, Diana in New Orleans, Karen in Connecticut, and so many more. Wow, so wonderful to have you on here. Hi, Jess in Black Mountain, North Carolina. Great to see you. Hi, Lynx in Florida. Hi, Karis in Portland, Oregon. Hi, Eva in Sweden. Hi, Tammy in Maryland. Hello, hello. Frederic in France. Wow, so many wonderful people all around the world. Welcome. I am so glad to have you here. And welcome to everybody coming in on YouTube as well. It's a delight to have you here with me today. All right, well, let's dive right into this new moon in Sagittarius. I'm going to put the chart up on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. And here it is. And I'll just mention for all of the astrologers out there, this is Luna Astrology. It's the Luna Astrology program. And I really highly recommend Luna. It's been fantastic. It's a very reasonable price and just provides beautiful charts like the one that you see here. So I don't get paid to say that, but I just highly recommend Luna Astrology if you're looking for a new astrology software program. So here's the chart for today, and this new moon will be exact at 6:33 p.m. New York time. So you'll want to adjust that to your own time zone. Make sure there's nothing in the way of the chart here. And so we will have the sun and the moon together at 20 degrees and 40 minutes of Sagittarius. So if you're familiar with your own birth chart, or if you have a copy of your birth chart, take a look at your chart and see what do you have that might be near 20 degrees of Sagittarius. Okay. You would also want to look and see if you have anything near 20 degrees of the fire signs. Those will be getting a trine from this new moon. Or 20 degrees of the mutable signs, which would be Gemini, Virgo, or Pisces. And those will be getting a square or an opposition from this new moon. Now, the new moon is pretty close to being conjunct with Mars. You can see Mars right here at 13 degrees of Sagittarius. Mars and the sun have been traveling really closely together ever since middle of November, and are just kind of finally starting to separate out more than just a few degrees apart now. But Mars is still right there. Mars is really an important part of this new moon. And if we look at, well, let's talk about first here. Let's talk about first the Galactic Center. Now, the Galactic Center in astrological terms, where it's located in the 360-degree arc of the cosmos, is between 25 to 28 degrees of Sagittarius. So this new moon at 20 degrees, sun and moon together at 20 degrees of Sagittarius, is right there with the Galactic Center. So the Galactic Center is the rotational center, or in scientific terms, it's called the barycenter of the Milky Way galaxy. it has a supermassive black hole right at that spot that is very, very large, about 4 million times the size of our sun, if you can imagine that. That is the size of the supermassive black hole that makes up the center point of the galactic center. And this supermassive black hole is called Sagittarius A, and it is located approximately 24,000 to 28,000 light years away from the Earth. Now, the galactic center is the point in space from which our entire Milky Way galaxy was birthed, because galaxies are birthed from black holes. And this is the black hole that we came out of. So this is the womb that our entire Milky Way galaxy emerged from at the beginning of its creation. So this is really a powerful point for a new moon, as you could imagine. This is really significant to have a new moon occurring at this point. So this is connecting us with our ancestry, our star families in the cosmos. It's connecting us with past ages when the Earth has been in varying stages of development, and even maybe before the Earth took this form in which we know her, and the Milky Way itself was in varying stages of development, right? Going back that far. And so when we have a new moon at this point, it really opens our awareness to this birthplace of reality as we know it, our way of life here in the Milky Way. And it's fascinating to consider, you know, we have these, what we consider to be basically natural order and cosmic law in the Egyptian mythology that's tied to the goddess Ma'at. She's right here. Natural order and cosmic law, the balance and harmony of all the forces of the universe. And so we have these laws like gravity, or what is the speed of light, concepts like entropy and birth and death that exist here in the Milky Way galaxy, that exist here on Earth. These laws may be completely different in other galaxies, right? So this is very Sagittarian thinking. This is very like vast, universe level, galaxy level kind of thinking. And this is really the invitation of this new moon, is to think about our vastness in time, in history, in space, in who we really are. And so this is also connecting us with our origin stories and the stories about humans, right? How did humans emerge? This is the place from which our galaxy emerged at the beginning of its time in existence. And what about us as humans here on the planet? We have a lot of questions, don't we? Right? Who are we? Why are we here? What are we actually capable of? And our understanding of the answers to these questions are shifting so quickly at this time, as in the presentation that I gave last week on December 6th, talking about Göbekli Tepe and the other sites in Turkey or ancient Anatolia that have been discovered that are very, very advanced astronomical, astrological, ritual, and ceremonial sites with megalithic stones that are dated to 12,000 years ago. That blew all, you know, perceptions of when human civilization developed out of the water. And the dating of the pyramids, the dating of the Sphinx is being called into question. The dating of many of the megalithic structures in Peru and Central America is being called into question. So I believe that these are, in a bigger picture, these are Pluto and Aquarius themes, right? Rebirthing the concept of who we are so that we can move forward into a new world, building the radical new world together. But I think this new moon in Sagittarius, highlighting the galactic center, is really drawing our attention to these points of our changing consciousness around all of these themes, right? And signaling that even more new discoveries that are going to blow all of our current existing theories out of the water will soon come to light. So this is amazing. And I found this very interesting little piece of information. So in July 2022, astronomers reported the discovery of massive amounts of prebiotic molecules, including some associated with RNA, in the galactic center. Now, how they did that, I'm not sure. I invite you to research more if you want to learn more. But this is from a factual scientific article. They found prebiotic molecules, including some associated with RNA in the galactic center. So this is pointing to the concept that life itself, the building blocks of life, was meant to be a part of our trajectory here on Earth, even from the moment that our galaxy, sprang forth from this black hole. So fascinating Sagittarian concepts to consider here. Let's also talk about Sagittarius, right? The zodiac sign of Sagittarius. So please tell me in the chat on Zoom and on YouTube if you are a Sagittarian, if you have your sun in Sagittarius, or maybe you have your moon or your rising sign or other prominent planets in Sagittarius. Please write that in the chat. I would love to know. I have my rising sign at 23 degrees of Sagittarius. So very interesting. Sag is my first house. And oh, happy birthday, Jillian. It's your birthday today. That's awesome. We have Sag ascendant, moon in Sag, midheaven in Sag. Yes. Sun in Sag. My sister is a Sag. Yes, love it. Jupiter in Sag is very, very fortunate, Lily. That's amazing because Jupiter is in his home sign in Sagittarius. And Branwyn says no Sag, but 5 planets in the 9th house. So you got a stellium in the 9th house. That's awesome. Amazing. South Node in Sag, that is what is comfortable and familiar to you then, Ami. Sagittarius. Yeah, beautiful. The South Node is not all bad. The South Node gets a bad rap, but it's actually includes the gifts that we are bringing forward from the past, and it includes what we're really familiar with and what we can actually bring forward and cultivate in a new way in this lifetime. So anyway, that's a little bit off track. Let's talk about Sagittarius. So with this new moon in Sagittarius, we have a new moon in Sagittarius once a year. So let's really find out what are the themes of this new moon just by virtue of it being in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is expansive, open-minded, optimistic, always looking at the bigger picture. And Sagittarians tend to seek adventure, love to travel. Sagittarians tend to love to experience other cultures, try out different foods, hear new languages, that kind of thing. Very multicultural, right? Very seeking diversity of experiences and diversity of people to connect with. And Sagittarius loves learning, okay? Both Gemini and Sagittarius are eternal students. They love to learn, and many of them will go on to be amazing teachers. But Sagittarius especially loves learning about the unknown and exploring what has not yet been explored, so this idea of what kind of molecules are in the galactic center, that's great for a Sagittarian. Sagittarius also loves spirituality and connecting with the higher mind and higher consciousness. This is Jupiter's domain. Jupiter is the ruling planet of Sagittarius, and Jupiter is about the higher wisdom, higher philosophies, and really Sagittarius is very much about not choosing one religion or one spiritual tradition to follow, but really, exploring and trying out all of them and then coming up with our own unique philosophy that is resonant with my own heart, right? Or with your own heart as a Sagittarian. They don't want to be limited by just one, single religion or single philosophy, right? They want to find their own unique path, a very expansive approach. All signs have a plus and a minus, like a high and a low manifestation of that. The difficult side of Sagittarius is getting excited about too many things, too many irons in the fire. I know this well. The boundless enthusiasm of the Sagittarian, when it goes too far, can lead to burnout. Or can lead to confusion about oh my gosh, I have too many things going on. So that's kind of the challenging side of Sagittarius. It can also, since it's a fire sign, all the fire signs can go a little bit too far into the ego realms if we're not being conscious about it, right? So we just want to bring consciousness to those themes whenever there's a lot of energy in a fire sign. But so with these themes in mind, this new moon is an amazing time to try something new, right? So maybe try cooking a new kind of food that you haven't cooked before, or try out a new spiritual practice. Go to a place you haven't visited before, or you can book an exciting travel plan, for 2024. But the kind of travel we're going to do today in our shamanic journey is going to be out to the Galactic Center. And this is what I really most strongly recommend for you during this new moon time, is to connect with your star family, see what insights or transmissions come through for you. And I'm going to guide you in flying out to the Galactic Center and connecting with the original seeds of creation and life and our original families that are there. So we're going to do that. Now, remember that new moons are the very best time every month to plant seeds or to set intentions. And so this new moon is also really close to the solstice, which is another amazing time to plant seeds and set intentions. And this is on a very important day, numerologically, 12/12. And it's conjunct the Galactic Center. So it's just amazing all that's lining up on this particular day with this new moon, making it a very potent time to create your intentions for the full upcoming year, right? So this is, again, Sagittarius, big picture. This is not like just your intentions for the next 2 weeks. Okay, this is a really good time to create your intentions for the whole next year, for 2024. And so I invite you to begin writing down your intentions today and just start noting them down and let them kind of come to you as you're going for a walk or as you're just waking up in the morning or whatever it might be. But I really want to give you full permission to imagine your life in 2024 beyond all boundaries or limitations, right? Not limited in any way. And put that into writing. With this Sagittarius new moon, there's an invitation to dream really big, to let your dreams be really, really vast. And I'll tell you, I've started to put together my slides for the 2024 forecast, and there are such big energies in 2024. This is such a year to take a big leap, to do things you've never done before and be fully supported by the universe. So really know that as you're setting your intentions on this new moon time for the next year, you are going to be so supported in really doing big things in 2024. Now, I'm going to hold another live call coming up where you can bring together all of these intentions. So I invite you to keep all of your notes, take notes on your intentions over these next few days as the moon is new and the moon is waxing. It'll be a crescent, getting slightly bigger every day. And I'm going to hold a really beautiful solstice ceremony and New Year intention setting gathering this Saturday at 11 a.m. New York time. And so I'll send emails letting you know about that. But you're welcome to attend live or watch the recording. If you're not already on the Sacred Planet newsletter list, make sure to go to my website, wearesacredplanet.com. That'll be linked in the description field below, and get one of my free gifts so you can be sure to receive the updates about that. So I want to let you know that's coming up. But definitely, even if you don't attend my call on Saturday, write down your intentions this new moon for the whole next year, because it is such a powerful time to do that. So I want to tell you a little bit more about the astrology of the new moon before we go into our shamanic journey. One thing that's really important to note here, and let me just check the chat. Okay, good. Awesome. Okay, so one thing that's really positive that's happening in the skies right now is if we look at Pluto here at 28 degrees of Capricorn, Pluto will soon, or in the beginning of the new year, be moving into Aquarius again. But if we look at Pluto here, and then we have the nodes at 23 degrees of Aries for the North Node and 23 degrees of Libra for the South Node. The good thing is that as Pluto moves into Aquarius and the nodes move backwards, so they're moving to the earlier degrees of Libra and earlier degrees of Aries, we're moving out of Pluto square the nodes. Now, Pluto was squaring the nodes for most of 2023. That was a very difficult energy, caused some eclipses to just feel really frightening and terrible in 2023. And we had our October eclipses, we had our late April, early May eclipses. those are really difficult. I know I've talked to so many people, and myself included, who have had some really difficult things happening. We know the war started in Israel and Gaza in October. So we're moving out of those Pluto square the nodes energies, which is a really, really good thing, and is going to lighten the frequency of what we're feeling in general. So I wanted to be sure to note that. That's really important. This new moon then has a very favorable aspect to the nodes. So the moon is at 20 degrees of Sagittarius. That is trine, which is a very favorable harmonic aspect to the north node. And then it is sextile to the south node. Sextile is 60 degrees away, and trine is 120 degrees away. So these are really favorable aspects. So this new moon is working harmoniously with both our past and our future, and with both what we have known before and what we're moving toward going forward. So that's really beautiful. And this makes this even more strongly an amazing time to plan for the new year, to set your intentions for the new year, because with the sun and moon trine the north node represents our collective future, the collective future of humanity. And so we really want to think about, what are we building for the future? How are we coming together? How are we bringing our hearts and our prayers together for the collective future of our world? You know, how are you being called into your purpose work, or bringing your voice in an important way to help improve the future for all of us? Really tuning into that, and then building your 2024 plans around that, is very supported right now, very favored right now. The collective future, and it's even not just the collective future of humanity, but really the collective future of all life on the planet, is represented by the North Node. So tuning into that and bringing your intentions for 2024 into alignment with that collective future of all beings will be very, very powerful and quite supported and inspiring for you as well on this new moon. So as I mentioned before, Mars is very close to the sun and moon. Mars is only a few degrees away, okay, at 13 degrees, and sun and moon being at 20 degrees. So with this being a new moon in a fire sign, and Mars, our most fiery of planets other than the sun, being there, and the sun being there, you know, this is very fiery energy. This is energy of moving forward, energy of taking action. Now, an interesting thing that's going to happen here, though, is tomorrow, December 13th, Mercury is going to turn retrograde. So we have Mercury here at 8 degrees of Capricorn. He's moving along, but he's going pretty slow now, because he's about to turn around and change direction as seen from the Earth. And so we have this interesting combination of, first of all, Sun and Mars together, trining the North Node in fire signs, you know, like so much forward, future-oriented, action-oriented energy. But then, and we're really going to feel that strongly today, right? And so I invite you to really work with that today. Maybe all your visioning happens today. You know, maybe it comes through in a rush of energy and knowing and inspiration. Because tomorrow we're going to actually start to feel like, whoa, hold on, got to slow down a little. I got to slow down. The interesting thing too about this Mercury retrograde is that Mercury is going to come back into Sagittarius. All right. And then Mercury is actually going to come back into alignment with the Galactic Center. So the themes that we're feeling today, all of these expansive themes of, you know, connecting with our origins and our star family and our birthplace in the galaxy, it's going to come back again. Mercury is going to ask us to revisit that. So I think with this energy shift in mind, right, from the forward motion of today to the suddenly retrograde tomorrow, we want to really take a lot of notes today, or I often use my voice recorder on my phone, record these downloads or transmissions that might be coming through today. Really pay attention to dreams you had last night, dreams that you have tonight. These will be important messages from the higher intelligence of the universe. And then we're going to get 3 weeks with Mercury retrograde to reflect on all of these, to reflect on our intentions for the new year, to reflect on the transmissions and downloads and really refine them, really get clear on them before we spring into action again in the new year, because Mercury is going to go direct on January 1st. How interesting. And also Jupiter is going to go direct. Jupiter is retrograde here at 6 degrees of Taurus. Jupiter is going to go direct on December 30th. So we're going to have Jupiter direct. We're going to have Chiron direct toward the end of December. We're going to have Mercury direct on January 1st. Then we'll be really in this forward motion feeling again. So it's such an interesting shift of energies from today to tomorrow. And I invite you to really use that to your advantage. Let all the fire come through today, all the visioning, and then really be with it for the next 3 weeks. Reflect on it, hold it, heal with it. Mercury, I'm not going to go too deeply into the Mercury retrograde. I'll make a separate video about that. But Mercury retrograde always invites us to rethink, recalibrate, redo, rewrite. It's kind of like we need to move backward a little bit in order to move forward. So what do we want to redo, recalibrate, conceive of in a different way during this Mercury retrograde in order to move forward even better in the new year? So that's a very interesting dynamic that we have here. So let's see. So you may feel today that you're just really ready to go for it. You're just really ready to take a big action. You're just really ready. And if you feel it in your heart, go for it, but also know Mercury will be retrograde tomorrow. So you might want to hold off. You might want to just wait till the new year. Whatever comes up today too, it might be important to do healing work around that over the next 3 weeks so that you can be clear and purified and ready to receive all the gifts of that forward action when you do go ahead and take it in January. Now, other energies of this new moon, we have goddesses present here very strongly. So we have Venus conjunct Pallas Athena here in Scorpio at 9 degrees of Scorpio, both of them. So, Venus is the planet that represents the sacred feminine. She represents ease and flow and grace and beauty in our lives. And she represents how we value ourselves, right? So how we, it's like, are we really acknowledging and appreciating ourselves for all that we do, for all that we are, for all the magic that we hold? She invites us to do so. She's in the depths of Scorpio right now, which is actually not her favorite place. But with Venus in Scorpio, we can do some really beautiful excavating. We can do some really beautiful work around the mysteries and the magic, and going into the shadows in a way that can feel really powerful and kind of like priestess work that we can do at this time. And she's conjunct Pallas Athena. Now, this is an asteroid representing the goddess Athena. And Athena was very well known for not only her intellect, which was extremely strong, very strong intellect, but also her intuition. And so she would take her intellect and her intuition and combine those. And as a result, she was involved in the battles and the wars in ancient Greece, and she could outsmart any of the men on the battlefield because she not only was using her strategic mind, which was highly developed, but also she was bringing in the intuitive side. She was bringing in the feminine aspect of that. And so she could see 10 moves ahead what was going to happen in the war and adjust accordingly, right? So all of the men were kind of in awe of her. So that's an interesting energy to bring in with this Sagittarius new moon, right? The balance of the feminine and the masculine within ourselves, the balance of the mind and the intuition and the imagination, and how can we bring those into harmony within ourselves? And then We also have at 7 degrees of Virgo, so sextile to Venus and Pallas Athena, we have Black Moon Lilith. Now, Black Moon Lilith is this very rebellious and revolutionary goddess energy. She is the one who was said to be the first wife of Adam, but she did not want to submit to his rules and regulations. And so she left, and she essentially went off to hang out with Inanna in Samaria, and they started their whole underworld, well, it's really like heaven and earth and underworld reign. And so she left. She was not going to submit to rules. She was going to do it her own way. She was going to find a new path. And so this is this very rebellious feminine that is rising up in the world. I think so many of us, both men, male and female, we can feel this rebellious feminine rising up within us with this fierce love and not going to submit to what these authorities are telling us anymore, not going to submit to the rules and regulations of modern society. We're going to find a new way forward. And so this is really important that all of these goddesses are working together. We have Venus, we have Pallas Athena, we have Black Moon Lilith. They're sextile to one another during this new moon. So this is bringing a very powerful feminine, revolutionary, and like I said, balance of mind and intuition, energy in, right? So we can really lean into that and use those energies to help us in our intention setting at this new moon. Really powerful from the goddesses. Let's see. I'm just checking my notes to make sure I'm not missing anything. Let's see. So one other point I just want to note is that Jupiter and Saturn are sextile. And so we have Saturn here at 1 degree of Pisces. Saturn's been hanging out a long time in early Pisces, but Saturn just went direct in November. So he is finally moving forward, and he's going to get to new degrees in Pisces in 2024. And then we have Jupiter at 6 degrees of Taurus and moving backwards, still moving retrograde until December 30th. So they're going to actually come into closer and closer sextile during December. And they've been in a sextile, or at least a loose sextile, for most of 2023. So, and they're going to continue through early 2024. Jupiter-Saturn sextile is a very supportive energy where we're bringing both the structure and the practicality of Saturn in Pisces, in the realm of our dreams, our visions, our imaginations, the unseen realms, together with the expansive and optimistic and Sagittarian energies and adventurous energies of Jupiter. So it's this Saturn sextile Jupiter energy is really helping us to build new things, helping us to optimistically, expansively build new things that we haven't been able to build before. And I know of so many entrepreneurs who started their business in 2023, and so many more who are going to be starting their business in 2024. It's a really supportive energy for that. I want to say one more thing, actually, that's important to note. So this sun and moon, new moon, are square to Neptune here at 24 degrees of Pisces. So this is an interesting thing. Neptune has, as with all planets, has kind of a high frequency aspect and a low frequency aspect. With Neptune, the low frequency aspect is confusion. And sometimes that's what we feel more than anything when Neptune's involved, is this like nebulous kind of fogginess and like not able to get clear. And so if you're experiencing that at this new moon, it could be that maybe that Neptune is strong in your own birth chart and you're feeling that more strongly. What we want to do in that case is reach for the higher octave of Neptune. And that is really tapping into our dreams, our visions, our imagination, our ability to communicate with the multidimensional realms. And Neptune has really beautiful qualities to lend to us, but it's really easy to get stuck in the lower frequency of the confusion. And we want to try to lift ourselves out of that confusion by not needing or requiring facts or logic or a spreadsheet, to help us navigate at this time, but instead to really tune into the dreams, tune into what's coming through in your meditations, or even what's like coming through randomly when you're on your walk or taking a shower that is from the liminal realms, and let that guide you. And that will lift you up out of that low frequency into the high frequency of Neptune. So I hope that might be helpful. Now we're going to move into our shamanic journey very soon. But I want to mention something to you before we do that. Now, when we go into the shamanic journey, it's going to be a shamanic journey to the Galactic Center to witness the birth of our galaxy and see and honor the codes of light and life, which are the foundation of who we are. So this is going to be an incredibly beautiful shamanic journey. So you don't want to miss this. So stay on, definitely. Or if for some reason you have to leave now, please come back and watch the shamanic journey and the recording when you have space. But I want to tell you just before we go to that about something that I have announced already, and I just want to make sure everybody is aware. It's a really beautiful container, a really beautiful mystery school space that I'm inviting you into for 2024 if you want to engage really deeply with alchemy and astrology and ritual in 2024. And I'll just put this up briefly on the screen. I think many of you have seen this and are familiar with it, but for those who have not, I want to make sure that you're aware. So if you go to my website, which is wearesacredplanet.com, and then you click on Sirius Star Portal at the top, you'll get to this page. And so this is a 9-month alchemical ritual immersion from January 1st to September 30th. And I just invite you to come here, check it out, give it a read, see if it lights up for you, see if your heart is saying yes. As it says here, this is a magical mystery tour of the profound inner workings of your life and your soul's divine journey. And in this space, we're going to really step out of status quo reality and into your own unparalleled cosmic codes, truth, light, and power. And this is just going to be such a beautiful, such a powerful journey. We have people streaming in already who have said yes. The registration is open until December 15th, until the end of the day, Friday, December 15th. So definitely come on over and check it out if this speaks to you. And if you have any questions, you can email hello@wearesacredplanet.com or reply to any of my emails that you get from me. And we will answer your questions very happily and gladly. And just, let us know if you need any more information about that. And yay, Cynthia, who's here, is going to be in the mystery school. That's so wonderful. Can't wait to work with you, Cynthia. And let me just put the link to this in the Zoom chat, and I will add it to the YouTube description field later on after this video gets posted. Okay. Oh, thank you, Christine. Christine and I are doing the alchemical work together, and she says, I so much love this journey with you, Jocelyn. I highly recommend everyone to take a look at it. So impactful. Thank you so much, Christine. That's really, really wonderful. Pamela, if you were trying to sign up, but you couldn't submit it, I would say try it in a different browser window. So the different web browsers are like Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Internet Explorer, etc. Sometimes a browser is just having a glitch. And if you move to a different browser to try to do the same thing, it'll usually work. So that's what I would recommend. But thank you, Christine. Coming back to your comment, it's so delightful to work with you, Christine. So thank you for that beautiful comment. Okay, so for our shamanic journey today, I'm going to put a beautiful image up here on the screen. Let me just get the right image ready. Actually, hold on. That's not the one I wanted. And I invite you, while I'm getting the image ready, to get really comfortable in your space. So for a shamanic journey, I usually lay down because then I can just, it's like I'm not having to hold up any part of my physical body and attend to that in any way. I can just really let go and surrender into whatever magic is happening in the journey. So if you want to lay down in a comfortable spot, go ahead and do that. Or sometimes if you're feeling more active, you can stand and close your eyes and just make sure you're in a safe space to move around a little bit, but let it be a movement journey. Let your body be moved and let your feet and your legs move and your arms and your hands move as part of the journey. Or if you prefer to sit up with your spine straight, like you would for a meditation, that's wonderful as well. So do what your body wants right now and get really, really comfortable for this shamanic journey. And I'm going to put, well, let's do it silent, I think, actually. Rather, yeah, if you have meditation music that you love, you could put it on now if there's something that really resonates for you. But otherwise, let's have a silent journey, because as we go out into space, it actually would be quite silent, right? And we would just be surrounded by basically the music of the spheres, the sounds of creation. So let's do that way. I'm going to turn off my video, and I invite you to either gaze at this beautiful image here or close your eyes, whichever feels right for you. And let's just begin taking some deep breaths together into the heart. So you might want to place both hands on your heart and take a deep, deep breath into your heart center, really feeling the sunlight and the starlight streaming into your heart on that in-breath. And then breathing out slowly, slowly. And just letting go of any tension, letting go of anything your mind might be holding on to on the out breath. And let's take another deep in-breath, breathing in once again the light of the sun, the light of the stars, all the stars in the Milky Way. Drink in their light on this in-breath. And then breathe out, letting go, dropping in deeper and deeper. And you can continue with this deeper rhythm of breathing. And I invite you to really let your awareness drop out of the mind and into the center of your being. So you might feel that center as the heart. You might feel that center as the solar plexus, or even the sacral or root chakra. So really drop down and in and down and in into your center. And as you drop down deeper and deeper, suddenly you will find that the vista opens. Because when we drop deeply down enough into ourselves, we find the entire universe. And so allow yourself now to see the vast expanse of the Milky Way galaxy as you might see it from close to planet Earth. And allow yourself to be flying in outer space and moving up, up, up from the Earth and beginning to explore around the Milky Way galaxy. Now, I invite you to call to your side as you are beginning your journey here, a trusted guide, and really notice who shows up. This might be a power animal for you. This might be one of your angels, might be an ancestor. Just notice who shows up for you. And know that this guide is here to protect you, to keep you safe, and to assist and support you on this journey. And so now, together, joined with your guide, you can fly wherever you would like to around the Milky Way galaxy. So maybe you fly out to see Jupiter or Saturn or any planet in our solar system that calls to you. See where your consciousness goes. And know that each of these amazing planets in our solar system is an intelligent being in and of itself. It holds profound wisdom, each and every planet. that we can connect with, that we can bring into our lives to assist and support us on our journey. So whichever planet or planets you feel drawn to, they're probably stepping in. They're probably wanting to support you in some way. So really pay attention to that. Really notice which planets are speaking to you. Maybe you can fly in close and explore that planet. See what mysteries it holds. See what secrets maybe it wants to tell you. And just to spend some time enjoying connecting with that planet. And listen in and see if this planet has a message or has some wisdom to tell you. Fly in a little closer or listen a little more closely. There's a message there for you. See what it is. And then thanking that planet and maybe telling that planet that you're going to continue connecting with them if that feels right for you. But it is now time to go and fly further out into the Milky Way. So you can send your gratitude to that planet, and then together with your guide, go ahead and fly, and you're going to fly toward the galactic center. So you'll notice that the galactic center is a vast, vast distance from the Earth and from our little solar system. And as you're flying, you will notice that there are so many other stars, which are suns, and so many other solar systems with beautiful planets spinning around that sun. Some planets have more than one sun in their sky. Some planets have huge numbers of moons, even more than Jupiter or Saturn do. So as you're flying through the Milky Way galaxy, just notice the vast diversity of different systems, different planetary arrangements, different star types, so many colors. And notice that every star and every planet has its own song, its own harmonic frequency that it is lending to the whole of the cosmos. Now, there are vast worlds out here that you might want to come back in and explore in a future journey. But for now, let's continue flying to the galactic center. Now, as you're getting closer to the galactic center, trust your intuition about how to approach it, because this is a black hole. So you may not want to go right into the center, or maybe you do. Really trust your intuition. Whatever you choose, you will be safe and your guide will be with you. And as we get closer to the galactic center, you're going to be shown the birth of the Milky Way galaxy. And if you can imagine remembering the birth of your own children, or the birth of a niece or nephew or brother or sister, and the power of that time when this new life is coming into existence, coming into physical form. That is what you will be shown here, but as pertaining to the Milky Way galaxy itself. So I'll give you a minute or two to just be with your guide and be witnessing the birth of the Milky Way galaxy in whatever way that is revealed to you now. Our Milky Way galaxy is this highly intelligent, highly creative being and force out in the universe. And now that you have witnessed its birth, you are connected to our galaxy in a more powerful, even more beautiful way than you were before. And I invite you to really recognize that from the very beginning, from the very birth of our galaxy, these codes of light and codes of life itself were forming the foundation of everything that's been created in this galaxy. The foundation of all the planets that we know in our solar system, including our dear, beautiful Earth, and forming the foundation of the other systems and other planets and other stars. These codes of light and life are so important for us. They are at the very core and foundation of who we are, each and every one of us as human individuals. And in our interconnection with the plants, the animals, and all of life on Earth. And in fact, to all of life that is not on Earth, that is out there in the cosmos. So as you begin flying outward again from the galactic center, taking in on both a conscious and a subconscious level all that you received from seeing the birth of our galaxy, you might begin to explore some of these other worlds. And maybe there's a star system that you feel really connected to, that you want to travel to. Maybe the Pleiades. Maybe you go to the star Sirius, or maybe to Andromeda. Maybe you travel to the Lyra constellation with the star Vega. Just notice and tune into which star system is calling to you. And you probably have star family there. You might have families there from long before the earth was even created. There are many, many, many forms of intelligent beings out there in this amazing galaxy that we live in. So go ahead and travel to the star system or star systems that you are called to. And again, I'll give you a couple minutes to explore with your guide and to find where you feel that your family is out there in the galaxy. And then look for them. See if you can find those beings who are in your family. See if you can connect with them and have a conversation with them. Just really trust whatever happens and see what might be revealed to you. Now, as you are there with your star families, go ahead and ask them any question that might rise up in your heart. You can ask them big questions, little questions. Who am I, right? Why am I here on the earth in this life? Please help me understand. You can ask them whatever you want and listen carefully to hear the wisdom of their response. And now you will notice that your star family and the members of that family are giving you a gift. They are giving you something very precious that has deep symbolic meaning for you. So just notice, even if it doesn't make any sense in this moment, just notice what that gift is. And allow yourself to receive that gift into your heart. Really fully receive it with deep, deep gratitude and love for this star family you have discovered today. And listen in and see if they want to tell you something about the gift, maybe how you're meant to use it, or what the meaning is for them and why they're giving it to you. And now, as you turn to them, you're going to also give them a gift. And let yourself be surprised by the gift that you offer. Notice what it is and give it to them with all the love in your heart. And watch them really receive it. And see if they have any questions for you about this gift. Whatever this gift is that you have given to them, it is an offering from you, not only to your star family, but also to the entire Milky Way galaxy family that we are a part of. And they know this, they recognize this. You can see it in their eyes, you can see it in their response. And your star family now turns to you and they say they deeply honor you. They deeply honor you for choosing this sometimes very difficult mission of incarnating on Earth at this time. And they want you to know that you are so loved and held and cared for, and that you are safe, and that you are always held in the light. And they tell you that you are very welcome to come visit them again anytime you wish, in any journey or meditation. They would love to see you again. They would love to spend more time with you and share their wisdom with you anytime that you wish. And so now your guide beckons to you because it's time to come back, time to fly back and begin the journey back to the Earth. So go ahead and say your goodbyes just for now to your star family, knowing you'll probably come back and see them again soon. But maybe you give them a hug or some other token of your appreciation. And then together with your guide, begin flying back toward the Earth. And as you're making this journey through the vast expanses of this Milky Way galaxy, you can ask your guide any question that you might wish, any question that rises in your heart. So go ahead and ask your guide now. And listen carefully to hear their response. And so as you receive this response from your guide, give them gratitude, give them love and a hug if that feels right for you. And know that this guide is always here for you as well. And in fact, you have a council of guides around you at all times, including this guide, including representatives from your star family, including angels and many others who are here to protect you and always hold you in the light. So remember to turn to them anytime you're in need. They're always here for you. As you're flying still and getting closer and closer to Earth, you begin to see the beautiful jewel of our amazing planet Earth coming into view. And you see how she is shining in the sunlight. And you see the beautiful moon spinning around her, holding our tides and our gravity in balance. And as you fly in even closer, you can see the beautiful land, the continents, the trees coming into view. You can see the vastness of the oceans, and maybe you even see the dolphins and whales far beneath the surface of the ocean as you get closer. And you see how incredibly beautiful and miraculous our life on Earth truly is. And you can see what an honor it is for you to have been chosen to be here, to live here, to incarnate into a physical body at this time. So allow yourself to feel deep gratitude in your heart for this journey of your life and all the magic and all the challenges and everything in between. For it is a miracle that you are even here. And we get to be here now. And as you come in closer and closer, ready to land back on Earth with your guide, gaze out once again at the stars of the Milky Way and see how amazingly vast our Milky Way family is. And hold this memory in your heart always of connecting with many different worlds, many different realms in our galaxy, and feeling the oneness that you have with all of this creation. And as you land back on the earth with your guide, you can thank your guide once again and know that this guide will come back for you and will be here for you anytime that you wish to fly with them again. And now your guide is starting to leave and you're starting to come back, coming back into this moment, coming back into your body. And if you're ready, place your hands on your heart once again, taking another deep breath into your heart center, breathing in all the magic of all those stars and suns out there in the Milky Way galaxy. And then as you breathe out, just relaxing, letting yourself become more and more present back here in this moment, in this beautiful life, in this beautiful body that you get to inhabit. With gratitude in your heart and with joy and love, go ahead and open your eyes. And welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. And take some time coming back. I don't want to rush you at all in your reconstituting into this form. And I really invite you to get a journal or a notebook or some post-it notes, whatever you got, and take some notes from that journey. And really write down what feels important to you to remember about that time exploring the Milky Way galaxy and the Galactic Center and meeting with your star family. And this has been so beautiful and fun to share with you. And this is such a powerful practice for us to be doing on this new moon in Sagittarius on 12/12 conjunct the Galactic Center. So thank you so much for taking the time to journey with me today. And I'm sending so much love to all of you out there. And I hope you'll join me on Saturday, either for the live or the replay, whatever works for you. I will be going live on Saturday, December 16th at 11 a.m. New York time with the solstice ceremony. And I'll be talking about solstice lore and mythology. And then we'll do a New Year intention setting together. So hope you'll be able to join me. So much love to all of you. And I'll see you again soon. Bye for now. Cosmic galactic blessings to all of you today. Much love.